Welcome to Education Talks, where we dive into the real stories behind student success and growth. Today, we are tackling a simple yet powerful secret that every successful student knows: consistency. And that's why the caption is the power of consistency. Small habits, big results. Is the little things done every day that leads to big results over time. Let's talk about how consistency shapes success and how you can harness it to reach your full potential. So grab your notebooks and let's get started. All right, let's start with this. Have you ever had those days when you're super motivated to study or work, but then the next day, nothing? You can't find the energy to pick up your books or even check your assignments. That's a normal circle. But here's the thing: success doesn't come from one big burst of effort, it's the small, consistent steps that leads to big change. The truth is, consistency is what makes the difference. Whether it's working towards your grades, improving your health, or building a skill, consistency is the real game changer. Think about it. You won't run a marathon by sprinting the first time, the first mile, right? Success is a marathon, not a sprint, right? So you have to consistently do it. Now that we know consistency is essential, let's talk about how to actually build it. It's easier said than done, right? But the good news is that building habits that stick is simpler than you might think. Here's a step by step guide on how to start. The first one is what I call start small. Begin with just 5 to 10 minutes a day. It might seem like nothing at first, but small steps add up. Whether it's reading a page of a textbook or working on a practice question, the goal is to form the habit, not complete the entire task. That's the goal. Use the 2 minute rule. That's the next one. If something feels overwhelmed, commit it to just 2 minutes. You'll be surprised how quickly those 2 minutes turn into 10 and how this works to build consistency. Track your progress. That's the next one. Use a habit tracker or an app to mark off each day you succeed. The visual reminder helps you motivated, keeps you motivated, and shows you how far you've come. Make it part of your routine. Very important. Make it part of your routine. The more consistent you are, the more it becomes automatic. Find a time that works for you, whether it's right after breakfast or before bed, and stick to it. That's when consistency starts to feel effortless. I hope you're learning. Mhm. So, consistency doesn't mean things would always go smoothly. Please know that. Consistency doesn't mean things would always go smoothly. Life happens and it's easy to fall off track. But here's the key: don't give up when you miss a day. That's when most people quit. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't perfection, it's persistence. Let's break down a few common challenges and how you can overcome them. Procrastination. I mean, this was so me years back. I would do this, I would do this, I would do this, and it never gets done. We've all been there, putting things off until the last minute. But the best way to fight procrastination is by committing to just starting. Not actually finishing the work, just starting. Tell yourself you work for 5 minutes. And once you begin, it's easier to keep going. It's easier to keep going. The next one is motivation fades. Motivation isn't always reliable. It's not. It's not every time you feel motivated, you want to do it anyway. But consistency doesn't depend on motivation. Can you see that? Motivation isn't always reliable, but consistency doesn't depend on motivation. It's about discipline, even when you're not feeling it. Remind yourself that your future self will thank you for the effort you put in now. Lack of immediate results. Don't get discouraged if you don't see instant results. Real progress is often gradual. Real progress is often gradual. Remember, small steps lead to massive success, but you won't always see the effect right away. Trust the process. So, what does consistency actually look like in action? Well, it's all around you. The student who show up every day, the athletes who train even when they don't feel like it, the musician who practice hours at a time. It's those everyday action that leads to long-term success. But how does this apply to you as a student? Here are some practical examples. Study consistently. Instead of cramming the night before a test, dedicate 30 minutes every day to reviewing your notes. Over time, it's not just about retaining information, it becomes second nature. Stay organized. Spend a few time each day organizing your notes, updating your to-do list, and setting your goals for the next day. Small actions like this build the foundation for success and reduce stress when things get hectic. Building confidence. So I've talked about studying consistently, staying organized, and then I'm talking about building confidence. The more you push yourself to show up, the more confident you feel in your abilities. It's the consistent effort that show you how much you can achieve and reminds you that you are capable of much more than you realize. So, to wrap up this episode, remember, success isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up every day, even when it feels hard. Building consistent habits will not only help you improve your grades, but also shape your future. So start small, stay persistent, and watch how those small steps lead to big results. If today's episode inspired you to take action and build more consistency into your life, share with a friend. Would you? Would you share with a friend? I would love to hear your stories. What's one habit you're committing to drop a comment, or you could message me, right, on any of the social media channels. And don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel or to the podcast to any of the podcast platform you're listening to for more tips, because we're releasing every of our videos weekly on education talks, because we're committing to making your student life smoother and more successful. Until next time, keep showing up, stay consistent, and keep rising. You've got this.